So as I go around, this is all about honoring axis. And so why can she be so easy, so gliding, as if she were on ball bearings? And that's because,
Was I?
yeah, you were.
How cool.
And that's because she had very good technique, and that gives us all of this ease and magic. So for example, when you can do that, you can do lots of cool stuff, right? We'll have combinations. Sometimes it's for the guy, right? We'll be here, and he has these moments of, and then going through. Sometimes it's for the girl, and maybe she'll have those beautiful pivots where you're just here and you go, and then you go on. Some technical things to enable this. For the followers and for the leaders, actually, for both people, I want you to be aware that when you step, especially for the follower, it steps all the way over the ball of the foot. So if I'm the girl,
It's not going to work unless you're in the ball of your foot.
if I do this, and someone says, I'm on the ball of the foot, I may say yes. A lot of people say, yes, I'm on the ball of the foot. Look, see, I'm forward. But I don't want you just to be there. I want you to be here. So if you pick up your free leg, and then you pick up your the other leg's heel, then you're on the ball of the foot. And then you can lower the foot and lower the other foot, but keep your weight that far forward. So even if we step side, I'm there. And now there are technical things we can do to help as well, right? So the follower, you can pull in and down just a little bit. And that little bit helps a lot with balance. For example, if I try to balance on one foot, that's a very hard way to balance. But if I just even one finger, all of a sudden becomes much more stable.
So you guys could try that even with a counter in the kitchen. Just put one finger on the counter. It makes a huge difference.
Good point. Now for the leaders, what I want you to do, here, let me get one of our couples from the previous chapter. And I want you to say, well, how can I tell where the follower's axis is? Right? How can I help her be on her axis and not throw her off? And one way to tell is the pressure. So for example, if this chair is a follower, and I'm holding it right here, I feel the weight going a little bit that way. And that means the chair's axis is this way, right? So I have to pull it away from that point of pressure. And you keep looking around until you can find this point of perfect balance, or almost perfect. And the truth is, and that's pretty close, right? It takes a while to drop. And so I'm doing the same thing with the followers. You can do this with me. So for example, if I'm the follower, and I'm on one foot, and she moves me right here, guess what? She's going to feel pressure
lot of
that
pressure.
way. And so if you feel pressure that way,
We
then take the
adjust.
follower the opposite way. And there's no pressure. And then if I start going this way, and you feel pressure that way, guess what that means? It means the follower is leaning back. That's why she's pulling on you. So pull her back onto the ball of her foot. And it's not only for the guys, it's for the girls too. Girls, if you're like this, don't just stay here and make him suffer. Right? If you're like this, you're like, oh, I'm losing my balance. You can push with your arms to find your balance. Right yourself up. And this is for both people. And when you saw us do this, these beautiful turning steps, we have maybe an overturned media vuelta. And you look at it and you're saying, oh, that's so beautiful. Why is that so beautiful? Well, it's about the gliding ease. But why can you have this gliding ease? And the answer is the ease comes from the balance. And the balance comes because you honor axis. And I don't want you to think that balance is this thing that's mystical and you either have it or you don't. It's a collection of techniques. Finding where the ball of your foot is one technique. Finding using the one finger to balance, just soft pressure downward is a technique. Learning where the axis is and adjusting with your arms is another technique. So you accumulate these techniques, and eventually these techniques are elevated to this sort of mystical beauty.
And that's really fun.